Hi everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 8, Episode 11. I'm not going to go blow by blow of what went on in this episode, just a few key things. So we're going to start off with Cynthia going over to Kenya's house to see what's going on at the Moore Manor. And Kenya, she's not too happy because she's been going out of town for a few weeks and it seems like everything is at a standstill. Like nothing has progressed since she has left. So Cynthia, she shows up and she better than me because I wouldn't have went inside that house. I would have just, you can meet me out here on the driveway area and we can talk. I don't care if I have a hard hat on. This place does not look any type of safe. Like it's construction going on. So of course, people hammering, drilling nails, doing whatever they doing. So she shows up and Ken tells her what happened at the family reunion and how she tried to get in contact with her mom. And her mom, yet again, paid her no mind, locked the door, don't let that child in. I don't want to see her. I don't know who this is, invisible person at my door, but I'm not answering that door. Cynthia, she feels some type of way. I have a daughter. I can't imagine somebody treating, not being there and wanting to see and love their child. This is when we gonna usher in with Kenya talking to her Aunt Lori. Kenya's upset because her and her Aunt Lori have always been close, even though Kenya's not close to her mom. And she's like, okay, we done with the niceness, hello, I love you, all that good stuff, but why did you leave the reunion? And Aunt Lori's like, Kenya, you just need to let all that, whatever you're going through, just let it go. My sister needed me. She called me because you showed up at her house, and I felt it was more, and I was more in need over there with my sister, who was all kinds of wrong, than consoling you, who just got the door slammed in your face. And Kenya's going on is it's not the fact that her mom gave her up when she was 3 days old. It's the fact that the way her mom speaks to her and the way her mom treats her. And Kenya, it's not like Kenya doesn't know her mom's side of the family. She knows them. It's just that the mom acts like Kenya doesn't exist. And I'm trying to figure out, how is it that you were in a room with your mom and your mom is socializing with everybody in the room and she doesn't say anything to you? I'm trying to figure out, how is it that these people in this house see this going on and they don't say anything about it? They act like, okay, this is normal. They okay, we got to console Kenya's mom because she had to give up this baby, opposed to the baby that she gave up, baby turned child turned grown woman. We should be more supportive of this person and then this grown person right here. I'm trying to figure out, how does this go on in a household? Because I know I have some cousins that aren't really my cousins. I claim them. They brothers and sisters are my cousin. Therefore, they are my cousin. We family. That's it. They my grandma's kids. My grandma y'all my grandkids too. It's just that. And we claim them. They my cousins. Just that. So how is it that this is your family and you're letting this grown person treat them like that? How is it? I don't even care if it's not family. If I go to somebody's house, I'm going to speak to whoever is in the house. No, I'm not going to go room to room and looking around and saying, hey to everybody, unless they're giving me a new tour of their room and I see somebody there. Then I'm going to say hi. I think that is so rude and just ill-mannered, and how was you raised when you go in the house and you don't even speak to anybody? I don't care if you gave Kenya up for adoption. That was your choice. You was little, you didn't know what you was doing. But once you became grown, that should have been all. I would have been okay, hey Kenya, this is the way I had to do things. Not this whole, I'm just gonna act like you don't exist, because the whole scenario doesn't make sense now. Because it was the granddaddy was don't bring any more illegitimate children in the house. It have been made more sense if she had never seen Kenya. Nobody in Kenya's mom's side of the family had ever seen Kenya, but Kenya was still coming to camp family function. So that whole not speaking to Kenya, she's still in the family and she's still in the house. So why are you treating her I was so annoyed with this situation. I was Kenya's mom's family make it seem like it is right the way Kenya's mom treats her, and that Kenya, you should just go with it. This is how we've been doing things for the last 40 years. You should get used to, she's always going to treat you like that, and we are always going to, condone how she treats you. And it's this whole situation made me mad. Lori was that's my sister and I love her and she needed me. No, Kenya needed you at that time. She needed your love and support when she got the door. Not even, it wasn't slammed in the face because it was never open. Like, yet another rejection. Kenya needed you at that time. Yeah, I done got so upset talking about that. I forgot what else I need to talk about. So, yeah, PHAEDRA, she's setting up a little thing for her, Kim, SHEREE, and PORTIA and their children to go to the Million Man March. Yeah, PORTIA doesn't have any children, so okay, we're going to go to your grandpa. Grandpa was part of the civil rights movement, so hey, you should come too. So they get there, and it's like two different things. PHAEDRA, she got her nanny, her assistant, her glam team. She got all that to help her out. Kim, her and her husband, they work on a whole different thing. They're like, okay, we don't have no nannies. It's just us two. Her husband wasn't able to come, so it's her with an 8-year-old and like an 18-month-old. So, you know, she got her hands full. The 8-year-old, you know, he can take his own bag, get his own clothes together. But, you know, 18-month-old, you know, this is we get cranky. We almost 2 years old. We at that age to where we don't care what you have planned. I'm going to go how I want to go. So they go and meet a senator. I think her name is Senator Wilson. And PHAEDRA, she is trying to, her organization, Saving Our Sons, is kind of patterned after Senator Wilson. Senator Wilson, she sent over 1,000 young black men to college, and her goal is to send more. And this is what PHAEDRA wants to do with her organization. So they sit down with her, and, you know, Kim, she was already late getting on the bus because, like, I don't have anybody to help me with my kids. This is me and my kids alone. PHAEDRA was like, okay, I'm going to send you an extra bus because we have to be on time. They feel some type of way because she's late. She's like, yeah, I know I'm late and I'm sorry, but, you know, I have 2 kids that I have to look after by myself. Y'all going to have to, understand this. So, the Senator Wilson, I think that's her name, she gets to talking and she's saying how people don't like black men, young black boys, and how we're going to jail and getting killed at an alarming rate, and how some young man asked her, like, where is the jail for white people? And this is when Kim gets her that, you know, that finger you put up in church when the sermon is going on and you need to step out for a minute. She's like, okay, excuse me, just 1 minute. She gets her kids and she leaves stage left. She's outside, and like, her thing is, this wasn't a conversation to have in front of children. Yes, PHAEDRA had her kids there, but, you know, they are, like 5 and 3. They don't really know what's going on. What's his name? Aiden is the oldest one. He's smart, but he doesn't, like, realize, like, what she's saying for real. Her oldest is 8. When she said they don't like black boys, I don't know if it was just they edited that in there, but he was like, now what? So she's like, okay, I just didn't feel my kids needed to hear that. I understand, but she did take her son outside and explain it into a way that where he's not fearful that everybody's out to get him. It's like, there is some people, you know, are going to judge you and treat you a certain way because of the color of your skin. And it is your responsibility to, you know, act the way me and daddy, you know, the way me and daddy want you to act, and act like you have some sense, not out here doing all kind of crazy stuff. So she explained him in a way to where he's not going to be fearful or anything, but in a way that he will know that, okay, I understand what you're saying. Not as opposed to, they out to get you, you need to look out. Because that was almost kind of sort of the way it was going on. Like, I understand what the woman was going through, like, you know, black men are getting killed left and right, going to jail left and right. We need to look out for these young black men. As you know, this is what she did. But the way she said it, Kim wasn't really feeling it. And later on, PHAEDRA, she had set up a little luncheon with several senators. And Kim, she's there with her children, but her younger son, they done been out all day. He's cranky. He's hungry. He don't want to be there. The oldest son was like, I really don't want to see any senators. Like, I really, like, took days off from school so I could be here. Like, they both not feeling it. And Kim, yet again, she ushers her kids out. And SHEREE feels like, okay, you kind of rude. She set all this thing up. But, like, that luncheon right there should have been for the adults. It shouldn't have been for the children. Like, PHAEDRA, she was doing all these things, but it was more of, it should have been, you know, an adult thing and not so much as a children thing. Yeah, it was good. There was, you know, young men were able to be at the Million Man March, but like they know, but they don't really know what was going on. And Kim was like, you know what? I'm not finna sit here. My little baby, he's sitting here hungry. He's cranky. He ain't had his nap, and he's falling out and crying, and I don't want to disturb things, so I'm going to exit and take my kids off this scene. Later on, let PHAEDRA tell it, Minister Farrakhan called her personally so she could help organize some things at the Million Man March. And while they're there, they meet like several women who are like Mothers of Justice. This organization they founded, like they've all lost their sons, unarmed black men, to police violence. Like one of the ladies, like my son was walking down the street and they thought he had a gun and they shot him. And like that's like, it's sad that this is the world we living in, where they just assume that you have a weapon on you and they go shooting you. So they're telling their side of the story, and like this is breaking Sheree's heart. She has a 19-year-old son and she doesn't want anything like that to happen to her son. It's like, it's sad that we're living in a day to where they can just assume something about you and they just ready to shoot you and then like ask questions later, and nobody's being held accountable for these actions. Oh yeah, and I forgot, Kim, she couldn't even stay during the Million Man March, but apparently she had some charity event she had to go to back in Atlanta. So I was like, you came all this way and then you didn't go to the march. I was like, something was fishy about that, but I guess she was like, she was done with the whole situation. It should have been like, okay, we're going to the Million Man March, but you trying to have like scaring my child, my baby's cranky, I'm tired because I'm taking these two boys out of their comfort situation. I'm by myself, so I'm out. So Kandi and Todd tell her family about how they want to open up a restaurant and they want to do it in like February. And Mama Joy, she ain't really feeling that. She's like, my grandbaby's due in January and y'all trying to start something in February. What about my baby, grandbaby Tucker? Mama Joy, she was being very nice. Todd, I love you. I was like, okay, I guess she's turning over a new leaf. And it was like, okay, we want a soul food restaurant. And, we going to kind of want y'all input on it. And our Bertha's like, I'm not trying to be sitting in no hot kitchen all day cooking no food. I'm not going to do it. I support y'all in your restaurant, but I'm not about to do that. But Tyler's like, we don't want y'all in the kitchen. We just want y'all to come in and, tell about, the recipes to a cook. She's like, all right, I guess I can do that. And the theme is, they want the restaurant to be called the Old Lady Gang. Now, y'all know Mama Joyce and her two sisters, the Joycettes, they are a handful at times. And Kyle was like, we want y'all to have a little picture, like one of them back in the day, like Billy the Kid kind of like wanted signs, but y'all, it's going to be like wanted for the best Southern food ever, some mess like that. And it was like, you know what, that sounds kind of good. Maybe we can get into that. Bertha, she was over like, long as I ain't got to be in that kitchen, that hot kitchen, I got a wig on. It's hot. I'm going to take that baby away. She didn't say that, but like this is I'm thinking what's going on in her head. So yeah, that was about the gist that went on. Oh, at the end, Miss Lanicia Leaks and Mr. Greg Leaks show up at Cynthia's house. I guess since Cynthia heard and hearing Kenya's story about her mom and what she's been going through with her mom, made her want to reach out to Nene. They've been texting back and forth, and Nene shows back up in town and she's like, yes, the queen is back. Others try to take this throne from me, but they will never take this throne from me. I'm back. And Cynthia was like, yeah, Kenya's my girl. Nene gave her Kenya's yo who? She's like, yeah, she my friend. It went from she's my girl, my ace boom coon, we about that life, we two peas in the carrot, we forest and blah, but to yeah, we good friends. She's like, oh, y'all friends now. Isn't that interesting? So Nene is back. She ain't really too happy about, Kenya and Cynthia being friends. She's like, okay, Too's on show, that'll be good. But I don't know, just thinking now, we've known about Kenya and her mom in this situation. I know this ain't got nothing to do with anything, but this kind of just popped in my head. I'm going to have to go with me. This happens time and time. Kenya's always had this, but this a strange relationship with her mom. And she was talking about it in depth at the reunion last season. So maybe this is why she's trying to reach out, because she's like, okay, I'm out. Who has the worst mama with Nene? Maybe I'm just thinking too much into it, because I thought it was very odd. Now, I'm not saying that her mama is not low down, dirty, and wrong, but I'm like, it's odd that, your mama treats you like that, but yet you going on camera and showing how your mama treats you. I don't know. Maybe I'm just reading too much into this. I just started to think, okay, Nene was saying how she had this bad relationship with her mom, and is Kenya trying to, okay, I'm going to show you who has the worst mom. At least you got to see yours. My mama don't even act like I exist. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. That just popped in my head. So that was the gist of it on. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment or video response. And like always, I want to thank my subscribers and the people who watch my videos. I want you to like this video, comment, and subscribe. And share this video with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and here on YouTube. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.